This is my submission for Task 2 of the Designing for Virtual Reality module. The footage in this video has been sped up, featuring a narrated walkthrough. The non-narrated video plays in real time with no narration and features audio from the environment. I'd like to note that the activities, environment and audio featured in this video have been made by either myself, Jack or Andrada. For this experience, I covered several roles, ranging from being one of the project leaders, creating several activities with the intended purpose of distraction, a full movement activity that takes inspiration from the mechanics of Beat Saber, combining it with holding yoga poses for vestibular benefit, sourcing and editing audio for my own activities, and coding functionality for moving between different scenes. The aim for this project was to create an experience that provided the ability to explore sensory interactions with the intention of sensory and emotional regulation. As a group, we had decided to create multiple scenes that had individual purposes, allowing for the user to choose what scene they would need in that instance rather than one large chaotic scene that housed everything. The distraction scene serves as an area where the user can freely interact with several items that build on touch, sight, and hearing. The activities in this scene are easily repeatable and allow for low-stakes interaction. There is no repercussion or pressure with the activities presented. The series of stress balls deform through the use of blend shapes and change colour based on how hard the trigger is being squeezed, with the haptics in the controller vibrating and a short audio clip to accompany this interaction. The wind chimes were designed to have more of a focus on providing soft, varying audio with each interaction, with the swaying motion of the chimes to provide visual interest. The audio for each wind chime varies slightly, with the pitch of the audio source coded to change on each interaction from the original. The snow globe is another easy distraction activity, combining movement to trigger the visual elements. The audio only plays on shaking the snow globe. Each of the activities in this scene engages the senses to provide a distraction. The VR yoga activity takes inspiration from the mechanics of Beat Saber and combines it with vestibular movement through the user holding yoga poses. For optimization, this activity will only start on button press, as I didn't want the user to load into the scene and immediately be rushing to get to the correct position. The controllers are assigned to specific tags, with the left controller only being able to pop the blue bubbles and the right controller only being able to pop the red bubbles. On successful hit, the bubbles shrink and a short VFX is played. The poses have a trail zone that follows the bubbles. When making contact with these trail zones, the haptics in the controller triggers as encouragement for holding the position correctly. This activity can be played from both a standing and a sitting position, as user accessibility was one of the elements that I wanted to build upon. The bubbles spawn from an invisible 3x3 grid that encourages stretching and slight rocking, but no poses that might force the user into a potentially dangerous position. For the game scene, I was responsible for a majority of the interactions and functionality, such as adding in the ability to allow the user to pick up the tennis racket, the basketball, or the bowling ball, and creating a script that ensured the audio would play correctly on each collision. The idea behind this scene was to create an area where there is gamified interactions, allowing the user to interact with these minigame-inspired activities. With activities such as the tennis racket and the basketball, it is also encouraging gentle movements which can benefit the user's senses. The grounding scene builds on the common 5-4-3-2-1 grounding technique for regaining focus and calming the user by engaging their senses. Given the limited capabilities of the VR headset, this has been reduced to a 3-2-1 activity, building on sight, sound and touch. On the user interacting with the button, the activity starts and prompts are displayed to the user, with the intention of the user verbally engaging with this activity. Once complete and on a second interaction with the button, the order of the prompts changes until all possible combinations are covered. Thank you for listening.